Hello, my name is Katie Hickman and I am going to be the guest speaker on the January and February 2027 river cruise up the Hooghly River. And it will be my second time doing this, and I'm incredibly pleased to have been asked back because it is a fantastic trip. Unlike some of the other tour leaders with John Baines, I haven't been part of his crew, so to speak, for all that long, since I've only done just one of these trips before. But I've known John a really long time. In fact, he has known my little brother, and John were at school together when they were tiny wee tots back in London. And so we go back a very long way. I think our mums are great friends as well. And so I was really thrilled when John rang me up and asked me if I'd be interested to lead one of his tours. And the reason that he thought I would be good for an India trip is because I'm the author of this book, She Merchants, Buccaneers and Gentlewomen, which is about British women in India, but from the very early days. So from the days when the East India Company was a small and in those days possibly even failing trading company. And so I like to tell the stories of the experiences of these people before the British became, leaders of the Raj and so forth. And they are, I hope, much more unusual stories than the ones that you normally hear. And so I was very pleased because I was going to be able to, tell the stories from my book. But also, this trip just plays into everything that I love. I've been a traveller my whole life. My parents were diplomats, and so I've always travelled the world, and I always loved telling stories. And so this trip down the Hooghly River was completely perfect for me because it plays into everything that I love. It's travelling, and it enables me to tell the stories that I've been so fascinated by all these years. Calcutta, where we start off, is one of my favourite cities in the world. And also, I am quite an old hand at boats. And if you look behind me, you can see there's a little round window, in fact, just popping out of the top of my head, because I live on a boat. I live on a boat near Tower Bridge in London, and I've lived here for about 10 years now. So I know how absolutely beguiling river life can be, and really is one of the very best ways to get around, short of travelling on a horse or walking, not very practical for most of us these days. Travelling by boat is such a fantastic way to see places because it's so slow. And, rather than jetting around in planes or even in buses or trains, it's a very human paced travel. And it's really fantastic. I loved every minute of the trip that I did back in 2025, and I'm really looking forward to doing this one in 2027 and telling you some more fantastic stories. And there will be some men in there as well, by the way, so you blokes out there, don't worry, there's lots of men in my stories as well as women. So I hope to see you in January next year.